భారత స్వాతంత్ర్యానికి ముందు రావల్పిండిలో పుట్టిన వ్యక్తి విభజన తర్వాత కాన్పూర్ చేరుకున్నారు. అక్కడ హిందీ మీడియంలో చదువుకుని కేవలం $8 అమెరికాలో అడుగుపెట్టారు. ఇప్పుడు సిలికాన్ వ్యాలీలో ప్రముఖ పారిశ్రామికవేత్తగా ఎదిగారు. ఐఐటి బాంబేకి కూడా తన విశిష్ట సేవలు అందించిన డాక్టర్ కణవాల్ రేఖితో మా ప్రతినిధి శివరామకృష్ణ ప్రత్యేక ముఖాముఖి.
రావల్పిండిలో పుట్టి ప్రస్తుతం సిలికాన్ వ్యాలీలో గొప్ప వ్యాపారవేత్తగా ఉన్నటువంటి డాక్టర్ కన్వాల్ రేఖి గారు ప్రస్తుతం అంతా ఉన్నారు. సో ఈ నేపథ్యంలోనే సార్తో మాట్లాడి ఆయన విషయాలు తెలుసుకుందాం. Sir, first of all, good morning, sir. Namaste.
Good morning.
A pleasure meeting you. So, what's your journey from Rawalpindi to Silicon Valley via Kanpur?
Via Kanpur and via IIT Bombay, right? The IIT Bombay was the platform that prepared me to be able to go to America and succeed. So, Rawalpindi, I was only 2, and I was, we were refugees in 1947, and when we crossed the border, the first place we went to was Secunderabad here my father was in the army, and so he came to Secunderabad for 6 months, 7 months, and then to Pune, then to Agra, and then back to Kanpur.
So how did you get involved with IIT Bombay, and what was your vision for IIT Bombay, sir?
Well, so I got involved with the IIT Bombay for the education in the beginning, right? I went and appeared in the joint entrance exam in 1963, and I was selected. And then I, of course, went to US. And when I came back to visit IIT Bombay in 1994, I felt that IIT Bombay by that time was starting to fall apart. Buildings had not been maintained; they had not been painted, and it looked pretty bad. So I asked the director, why don't you paint the building? Why don't you repair? And he said, we don't have the budget. And that's when I decided to give the money to IIT Bombay, so they could paint the main building, they could repair. And so I told the director that they should have a program to talk to the alumni, and alumni have done well. People like me have done well. We should have an obligation to pay back. And now IIT Bombay has a huge, donations from the alumni base.
So how can India promote entrepreneurship and innovation to economic growth for India, sir?
Well, it's already doing it, right? So India is becoming more and more entrepreneurial. When I first came to talk about entrepreneurship in 1998, India was still not very clear. But now we have Startup India program. We have 200,000 entrepreneurs. We have over 100 unicorns. So it's happening. It needs to happen at a much larger scale. India needs to plan to have 10 million entrepreneurs, 1 crore entrepreneurs by 2047, maybe 10 lakh or 1 million entrepreneurs by 2030. So it needs to have a policy framework to enable entrepreneurship, the investments in startups. It's still very, very hard to do a startup and invest in a startup in India. Maybe no capital gain taxes if you do an investment in startups. And if we have 10 million entrepreneurs, innovation will be taken care of, jobs will be taken care of. Because entrepreneurs are very innovative people. They think of new way of doing it. But also India needs to start investing more in research than it had done in the past. It's starting to happen at IIT Bombay and other IITs. And it's just a matter of time. It will happen.
That's right, sir. So what's your take on technology which is shaping India, sir?
So technology, Indians are very technology savvy people. They're very smart people. For the longest time, we didn't adopt the technology. We fought the banking employees fought the computerization of the banks in 70s. India now has $300 billion of IT industry, which is probably second or third largest after the US and China. And will be probably $1 trillion industry in another 5 to 10 years. It's still growing at 20-30% year on year. So my sense is we are finally adopting technology, the whole telecom sector, the whole Aadhaar, and payment system, is all technology driven. And I don't worry too much about technology development yet. We need to adopt the proven technology to move forward while we develop our own innovations.
So what do you say? So what are the lessons you have learned from your success and failure, and what do you want to say to young entrepreneurs who are budding, sir?
So every success has failure built into it. You fail. When you learn to ride a bicycle, you fall a few times before you are able to ride a bicycle. Same is true with anything. Becoming entrepreneurs, yes, you stumble along the way, but that's in the nature of the beast. That shouldn't discourage you. Eventually you learn to ride the bicycle. Learn to become a successful entrepreneur. So I tell people, you have to have confidence in yourself. You have to have, you have to prepare, and success will eventually will come.
So this morning I have read an article of your interview that you are saying minimum scale companies are more required than unicorn companies, and another thing is many youngsters wanted to travel to America. So what's your take on that?
Okay, so two things. India lives in villages. India lives in third, fourth tier cities, and they are sort of stuck in the mud. Metros like Hyderabad have done well. We have unicorns, in places like that. But we need to have micro entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs who go back to their villages, who go back to their third tier, fourth tier city, and solve the local problems using technology. Just to tell you a story, we have this entrepreneur in Nizamabad, who after he finished his education at IIT, he went back to his village and discovered that all the tools they use in the village are ancient tools. So he started to redesign the tools for the farmers, and all of a sudden the farmers are happily using these tools, and their work is becoming easier. He set up a company, and 70,000 farmers in Telangana are using his farm tools. Simple idea, simple thing. We have now solar power. You can provide solar power based solutions in the villages. The tube wells, the drip emitter system. You can use the GPS using your smartphone to do the rotation-based analysis of the soil. So I think entrepreneurs should go back to their villages, should go back to their small towns, and solve the local problems using technology. That's how India will move forward. The villages and third tier cities, fourth tier cities are stuck in the past. We need to bootstrap them up from where they are using entrepreneurs. Now, going back to America. So back in 60s, America felt that they were falling behind Soviet Union in space race. And so they wanted engineers to come to America, and so they opened the doors, and people like us who were coming out of IITs had no jobs available in India. And so we said, US is welcoming us, let's go to America. So we went to America, and we made the most of it. But now America feels that they don't need to have people, they want to save jobs for their own people. And so they're shutting the door down. But we don't have any birthrights to go to America. We won't let Bangladeshis come to India to take our jobs. So Americans are shutting down. But at the same time, the opportunity is here. India has opened up. India is growing very nicely. So you don't have to go to America, to get a job, to start up a company. So opportunities are here rather than in America. You're not welcome. It's hard. Why go there now? So this might be the time when the Indian elite stays back and makes India happen.
Thank you, sir. It's a great morning. Thanks for joining us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
సో ఇవి మొత్తంగా డాక్టర్ కన్వాల్ రేఖి గారు చెప్తున్న విషయాలు. భారత్ విజ్ఞాన గనిగా మారిందని యువ పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు, యువ ఎంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు ఆ క్షేత్రస్థాయిలోకి వెళ్ళి సమస్యల్ని పరిష్కరించే విధంగా చేస్తే భారత్ మరింత ముందుకెళ్తుందని చెప్తున్నారు. కెమెరామెన్ సురేష్తో శివరామకృష్ణ ప్రసాద్, ఈటీవీ న్యూస్, హైదరాబాద్.